Hello everyone, this is Priyanka. Welcome to my channel Automation with Priyanka. Today I will be talking about another locator strategy that is called XPath. XPath is one of the very popular locator strategy as we can interact with directly web element by its address. Basically, XPath will help you to identify the web element directly from the DOM. So the term DOM, which is called document object model, right? In a simple word, what exactly XPath it is? So guys, XPath is a path of that element from the XML and HTML document. Okay. So every web page is designed in the same language, HTML, XML, CSS, JavaScript, right? So the code is available inside this DOM. And sometimes people will ask you what is a HTML DOM? Explain the HTML DOM. So HTML DOM is a structure in which document get designed or that application get designed. So first of all, there is a root element available, root tag name, that is HTML. This we can call root element. The point is every tag, it is having its opening and closing tag. So here we have HTML closing tag. In between this, you will get two sections. One is a head, another is body. It's like a human body, guys. So we have first of all head section, that is a head tag, which will contain metadata about this application. So head, again opening and closing. After that you will see body. Inside a body, opening and closing. Okay. The entire code, whatever you can see on that web application, that is written in between this. So this is a main part. Okay. Whatever you can see on the web application, that code is actually written inside a body. So somewhere if you really want to interact with any input box, then developer has to write a code something like this, like input type is equal to, and there is certain value, right? This is how they will prepare certain code. So here, this particular structure we can simple call HTML DOM, which is HTML document object model. And you can see this in real time also. You can open any website and just have a look how the code is written. Now suppose I have opened this website. Let me directly go to the login functionality. This is a login page. And if I directly right click and if I directly inspect it, right? Here you can see the entire HTML DOM. See how the code is written. If you observe, this is your main tag, HTML tag. And if you can see under that, you will get two sections. One is a head, another one is a body. See, head is containing some meta information about the application, which is required for this browser. And you can see if I keep my mouse pointer on body, I'm able to highlight the entire web page here. So basically whatever you can see on the screen, each and every web element code, it is written inside the body. So basically this is called, HTML DOM, right? Now it is time to understand what exactly XPath it is and how the XPath will help you to identify web element and to interact with the same. So guys, as I mentioned, XPath is a simple, it's a, what we can say, the concept. It is a very simple, interesting, we can say, locator, which will help you to identify the element directly from the DOM. So technically, XPath stand for XML path query language. Okay, as I mentioned, it is a technique where you can directly interact with the document and you can directly identify that web element. So XPath stand for XML path query language. It's a query language used to navigate and query XML as well as HTML document. So it allowed tester to define expression that describe the path of the desired XML or that HTML node, right? So here we can directly interact with the DOM and we can identify that web element by referring its element, attribute, text, any other property, correct? Even the best part is XPath can travel in both direction. Like we discussed in CSS, CSS can travel only from parent to child. But XPath can travel in both direction. We can travel from parent to child and child to parent back. It is possible in XPath. Now when we talk about different types of XPath, so absolutely there are two different types of XPath available. First is absolute one, second one is relative. Guys, what does exactly absolute XPath means? Absolute XPath always start from root element. So if you really want to identify any any web element and its path, directly it will start with single slash, and it will always look for that element starting from the root node. So this is called absolute XPath. In simple way, let's say I want to interact with this email address. Okay, so first of all, let's inspect the same. When you inspect it, here you can see the highlighted area, right? In fact, through Selector Hub also, you guys are able to do the same task. So yes, if you have that particular tool installed with us, you can directly follow the same. Okay, so let me show you. If I just click on that element, here you can see I'm directly getting some solution. So I'll do one thing. Instead of directly providing answer from the Selector Hub, I will be showing you first of all from the console, right? Directly from the browser or dev tool. So first point, just have a look. Here I can highlight the email address, right? And for email address, here you can see this is the code written. Now what exactly we need to do? We need to capture the absolute XPath. So you can right click also, and there is one option you will get copy. Under copy option, if you just go to full XPath, so here you can see the concept of absolute XPath. See, if I copy and paste it here, just have a look what XPath you guys are able to see here and how exactly it is captured. So here you can see the XPath started with, simple root element, which is HTML, and it always start with single slash. So we can call it as absolute XPath, right? But what is relative XPath? Relative XPath means it always start with a double forward slash, and it never start with a root element. You can directly locate that element from its relative property. That's called relative XPath. So technically, for the same email address, if I want to capture relative one, so you can directly right click. Again, from the dev tool, you can just have this option, click on copy XPath, and then you can come back and see the difference. Here if I paste it, so I'm getting this way, the relative XPath. Basically, very simple syntax is available for the XPath. You should always start with double forward slash. There you need to write tag name. Inside the tag name, you can write attribute name. Okay. Along with that, in single quote, you can define value. This is a basic XPath syntax that we can follow to automate our or to identify that web element, right? So this is what the basic syntax. So here you can see the same syntax available. Instead of tag name, there is a asterisk. Asterisk indicate find from the all the tags whose ID is input email. This is what the meaning of this XPath. So technically there are two different types of XPath available, relative and absolute XPath. But now it is time to understand that what exactly we'll be learning in this particular session. So guys, first of all, there are many topics to be discussed related to the XPath. So I will be explaining you in a very simple manner. Very first, we'll be talking about how to use basic XPath strategy, how to identify the web element using XPath, and how exactly we are able to automate the same. So I will be discussing first of all the syntax in this session. In the next session, I will be discussing about XPath method, right? So there are many techniques available, but we have to cover these two parts, which is very much important. How to use a basic syntax for XPath and how many different methods we can follow. XPath you can directly use with indexing also. Okay. So you can have indexing in the XPath where you can directly apply the indexing and you guys are able to identify uniquely that specific element. So XPath is available with indexing also. XPath is available with operator also. So I will be covering that method operator parts in this particular training. So now it is time to understand how to automate. So guys, now just have a look. I will be showing you the entire demo on this application. So we will try to log in. I have already registered for this application. So with the help of email address and the password, now we are going to try to log in into this application. So I need to start my script from this URL. Let me copy. Let me come back to Eclipse. Under same locator package, I will be creating new class. This is again locator demo 6, and here let me write this is XPath, right? So first of all, we will discuss about the XPath basics, and then I will be talk in the next video about XPath methods. So let me show you how exactly you can implement and write your logic to automate this application. Very first, we need to start with create a driver session. That is the first step. So you will be writing WebDriver driver. It is equal to new and then Chrome driver, right? Let's import WebDriver from Selenium, Chrome driver also from Selenium, and let's open our application. So driver.get, and here you can see I have entered the URL address. Now guys, what is the next step to do? We need to interact with the three element. Here you can see email ID, password and login button. But at this moment I will show you the whole script using only XPath, not other locators, right? So first of all, this is for email, you can see, and how we can apply this particular syntax here. So guys, you can choose any attribute, like not only ID, not only name or not only class name, whatever other attributes you can see on the screen, those attributes also you can use to identify that web element. Here you can see I'm having a placeholder, right? So I will use this placeholder to interact with this element. So this is what attribute and its value, and we have a tag name for this which is the input. By default directly you can write here and prepare here your XPath. Example C, syntax is write a tag name which is the input. Inside the square bracket @ symbol for that attribute and whatever value it is that you can keep inside a single quote. And here you can see I can match that one of one element, right? So here we are able to identify the XPath for what? That email address. Let me use the same. Here I am writing driver.find element by dot absolutely XPath, pass your XPath, and there you can perform the action. Action is we are passing here email address. So let me write test May, that's the email address I have used, testmay 2024 @gmail.com, right? And then I will be using next statement for the password. So first of all, let me add here proper semicolon. Let me make it full screen so that you can see the whole script. Done. Now let's come to the next element. Click on the password. See, this is the area which is highlighting. So this is the code written for that element. Now you can again choose any other attribute. Let's see, name is there, ID is there. You can choose ID, name also. But I can see there is a one more attribute available which is type is equal to password. Copy the same and let's to create our XPath. Starting with tag name, input. Inside the square bracket, I will write attribute name along with its value. And just have a look. Again, I can identify that element which is one of one match. So let's go back to the script and let's write here simple script. Again driver, find element by dot XPath, and there we can write this entire password. Dot send keys. Let me pass a password test123. Okay. And now I have to perform one more step. We need to click on this login button. So let's try to identify that particular button. See, this is the address, and now you can see again we have tag name and two to three different attributes. Now let me take again this value attribute, okay, and tag name is again input. So let me create my own XPath. Every time whenever you are learning first time, okay, please try to prepare your own XPath. That will help you in interview, right? So I will be writing here that value, it is equal to its value which is login, and you can see I got one of one match. So for this you can again copy this XPath and just write your script. Driver dot find element by dot XPath. Again I will write that and let me just click on that particular button. So this is what the basic script I have prepared. I'm trying to launch that application. I'm trying to click on or enter email ID, enter password, and I'm trying to click on that button. Let's run our script. Save it, and then you can try to execute as a Java application. And here you can see the result. Application get launched, and yes, we are able to enter our detail, and in fact, we have successfully logged in into application. I hope this point is clear. So basically in this first session, I have just explained to you what exactly XPath it is. different types of XPath, and how you guys are able to interact with the application with this basic syntax of XPath. So I hope this will definitely help you for your preparation. So start preparing from today itself. And guys, some more detail on XPaths with method operator that I will cover in the next session. That's all for the day. Thank you for watching.